Now, after water cycle is over, the most important cycle prevalent in our atmosphere or in our nature is nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle, in bracket I have written N2. N2 is the chemical formula for nitrogen. Listen very carefully. In nitrogen cycle, the most important event that takes place is nitrogen fixation. Pay your attention over here. Nitrogen is present in elemental form as nitrogen bonded to another nitrogen atom in triple bond. You shall learn the importance of these single bond, double bond, triple bond when you go to your class 10th. Chemistry, there is a topic carbon, there you are going to learn. But just for the sake of understanding right now, elemental nitrogen present in atmosphere, otherwise called as atmospheric nitrogen, is triply bonded with each other. And triple bond is considered to be the most stable bond. When it comes to most stable bond, definitely it is very difficult to break that type of bond. And alas, the problem is we or the plants or the microbes, nobody can directly consume this atmospheric nitrogen. But nitrogen is a requirement. Where we use nitrogen? Nitrogen is present in our body in the form of protein. It is present in our body in the form of genetic material like DNA. It is also present as uric acid or urea, which we excrete out through our urine. So in various ways, we require nitrogen. Plants require nitrogen for all its metabolic processes. So nitrogen is an urgent requirement for all living organization and it is very important. But the problem arises that we cannot use this atmospheric nitrogen, which is a very stable molecule. It is difficult to break. Now to fix that, we have the process called nitrogen fixation. Please mind to me about the definition of fixation. Fixation is the process of converting. Nitrogen fixation is the process of using nitrogen or converting nitrogen into more usable form. Say, what are the usable form? Usable forms are nitrite and nitrate. Nitrite means when nitrogen is bonded to 2 oxygen, whereas nitrate is nitrogen bonded to 3 oxygen. So we can assimilate nitrite or nitrate, but we cannot assimilate this triply bonded nitrogen molecule. Now, nitrogen fixation occurs by the help of a bacteria, a class of bacteria called rhizobium. These bacteria, rhizobium, the name of the class of the bacteria is rhizobium. It is present in the root of the leguminous plants. Roots of legumes. Roots of legumes. Legumes are those plants which are mainly giving us pulses like pea, like soya bean, like dal plants, all plants whose pulses are being used by us. So in the root of these legumes, we can find the rhizobium. And this rhizobium is present in the root by formation of root nodules. Say for example, this is one of the root hair. Okay, mind it. This is one of the root hair. The entire root is having many hair-like structures like this. So, entire root is having so many hairs. Say this is one of the hair. When the rhizobium, say this one, or say rhizobium approaches this root hair, it forms a bend-like structure like this. It forms a bend-like structure which is called as nodule. So it is said that nitrogen fixing rhizobium bacteria is present in the root of the legumes in the form of root nodules. What do they do? With the help of various enzymes, these bacteria can convert the elemental nitrogen or atmospheric nitrogen into the usable forms like nitrite and nitrate. So from here, the atmospheric nitrogen fixation is occurring in the green plants. Say after the fixation of nitrogen, what we get is nitrite and nitrate. So then we are undergoing ammonification. Ammonification is the process of conversion of the chemical components into ammonia. You all know the chemical formula of ammonia is NH3. The chemical formula of ammonia is NH3. In the meantime, these green plants are being consumed by the animals. Okay, plants are consumed by animals. So after the death of these animals as well as after the death of this plant, this is death. This is also death. So after the death of this animal or the death of these plants, we are again getting back the ammonia after back to the soil. I am repeating once again, we have atmospheric nitrogen, it is being fixed. Here there is formation of nitrate and nitrite, NO3 and NO2. Okay, these are being assimilated in the green plants. These green plants after death is giving back this nitrate and nitrite in the form of ammonia. Animals who are eating these green plants again returning back this nitrate and nitrite in the form of ammonia back to the soil. Also, green plants excreta and animals excreta by the process of ammonification is giving back ammonia. So by three processes we are getting ammonia. One, directly through the green plants. Second, after the death of green plants. And third, after the death of the animals who feed upon these green plants. I think I am clear. So this nitrate and nitrite has been now turned to ammonia. Now this ammonia changes to nitrite followed by changing to nitrate. It's a normal reduction, it's a normal oxidation process where there is an addition of oxygen atom. So this nitrite when converts to nitrate again reverts back to the green plants. So this forms a cycle. So what we have got is atmospheric nitrogen after being fixed and goes to the green plants. Ammonification leads to the formation of ammonia. Then we have the nitrite, nitrate, and again back to the green plants. You can definitely expect one question from this nitrogen cycle in your exam. Coming back to another pathway, these atmospheric nitrogen can also be fixed by means of physical process. What are the physical process? Lightning. High temperature and high pressure in the atmosphere causes the atmospheric nitrogen to get fixed into nitrous acid and come back to the earth in the form of rain. The rain contains the nitrous acid and that is assimilated by the plants. More or less the purpose is the atmospheric nitrogen must be converted into the usable nitrogen forms. Another process is this atmospheric nitrogen upon nitrification. Upon nitrification, it is atmospheric and industrial fixation. What are the industrial fixation of nitrogen? It is called as Haber process. It is called Haber process. Industrial. The industrial fixation of nitrogen is by the means of Haber's process where 2 nitrogen combines with when nitrogen combines with hydrogen to form ammonia. This is Haber process and the industrial fixation process as well. Again upon nitrification, it turns to nitrate and goes back to the atmospheric nitrogen. In this way, nitrogen forms a continuous cycle from the elemental form and again back to the elemental atmospheric form after being used and released by the plants and animals on the ground.